Good time zone, everyone. It is I, your naturally born hated Virgo speaking. And we're just going to go ahead and just do an overview of everything that we've learned during the past two lessons. Unfortunately, there will be no nurse or no Dr. Void in this episode because just like in real life, we're busy with other clients, comparable to my therapist at the moment who's busy with other clients as well. And I'm going to say this, it has not been very easy managing my emotions lately. But I have been doing a lot of stating how I've been feeling, and my friends have been helping me through that. So I'm going to give an update. The overthinking, overanalyzing toxic trait is starting to fade away. No matter what goes on, I am allowing imperfection. I am allowing chaos, and I am allowing a lot of, you know, certain things that are said to me to just flow, but set limits where I'm not disrespected, which is causing me to not overthink and to not overanalyze the situations that I endure and deal with on a daily basis. So it's still being worked on, but I can definitely say it's getting better. So I'm not overthinking, overanalyzing. How come I haven't been able to work out during a heat advisory? Now heat alert, heat advisory, or but I am acknowledging more on how things are making me feel. So that's been helping me with not overthinking as much. We talked about that welcoming imperfection and just stating how something makes you feel and whatnot. Dr. Boyd did a great job, and I've just been following those steps, and that's been helping me out a lot. Then we go to repressing the anger by allowing imperfection, by just stating what causes the anger, talking to people. It allows the anger to pretty much go away instantly, right? Absolutely. So that's been good. And another thing that I state is that you just have to just let it go immediately because of the fact that we overthink and overanalyze, sometimes you're just never gonna get that apology. People will run away scot free trying to destroy and hurt your character. And it could be your own family, your own friends. It could even be your lover. It could be your ex. But you have to be responsible for what happens to you and move on. So you're probably thinking to yourself, easy said than done, right, Wilkins? All's well, right? Well, you're probably wondering, why has it taken you so long to get back into streaming? Well, I was looking for another streaming platform and thankfully I got approved. I'm now finally age verified on VRChat after waiting, let's see, December, January, February, March, April, May, June. So around, let's see, it was introduced around November. So around 7 to 8 months of just waiting to make sure there was no huge data breaches. Well, there was none that I know of, so I just went ahead and did it. I got approved for a certain platform that I am not allowed to state. It starts with the letter J, and that's it. So to all my adults, you know, followers, you can DM me and I'll give you the details on that. So that's just been what I've been busy with. Haven't really had the time to do anything else, just with nursing a family member back to health and surviving this heat advisory. So it's just all been good. Now, what if I told you that how I've been feeling, that I wasn't completely honest? Well, That's because Virgos have one toxic trait that is difficult for them to manage and to fight back. It's not they don't know how to ask for help. They are intelligent beings. They actually know how to ask for help. It's not that they have zero patience for common sense. We like humor. We like dark humor. We like seeing people do silly things. We find it hilarious. We like humor. It's not that we push ourselves so hard because we want to. It's not, oh, we have this tendency to help people and it ends up being the wrong people. It's not that we could be hard headed. Oh, and it's, oh, and people love to say that we're so unforgiving, hold on to grudges. And it's not that we're perfectionists. See, a lot of these can be managed, but the number one toxic trait that always gets us, that equates to the rest of the toxic traits I just stated, or even causes someone to relapse, especially during the therapy, is number three. They can be so guarded that they refuse to let people in. Hmm. I find this one kind of hilarious because I'm going to go ahead and just tell y'all the truth. Virgos are guarded because they have to be. Because the one person or the few people that they did ask for help let them down. The one time they reached out and said, hey, excuse me, I really need, leave me alone. In the most horrifying, most nasty, nice way. It could be that. It could be, fuck off. I'm busy. What do you want? It's those moments where that is said to us, or we're told things like, "Oh, you're not qualified." It's those moments right there that we take a snapshot of, that we hold so deep into our heart, which is a bad habit. We remember that the exact day, time, and hour. That when we find that person, it could be a family member, friend, girlfriend, boyfriend. When it comes to that moment being brought up, when that person's in a better mood, that's what causes us to go to toxic trait number four. We don't know how to ask for help. We go quiet and disappear because you failed us the first time. Oh, that's not fair. People have bad days. Okay, you're right. So what we do is the first time we get disrespected or royally humiliated, we say, okay, we laugh it off. Okay, maybe they're just having a bad day. No big deal. So it's not the first time. I'll give you a good example. I'm just going to use myself as an example. I offer my services. I say, hey, who needs help with this? Who needs help with that? Blah blah blah. If you need help with this, you need help with a collab or whatever. I'm free. Here are my hours and times. Please only contact me during these hours and times. Doesn't matter if your time zone is Mountain Standard Time, Pacific Standard Time. Please respect my time zones. Or DM me, tell me your time zones. What do we deal with? People breaking our boundaries. Family breaking our boundaries. They look at our no's like they mean nothing. They look at our please leave us be as if we're being lazy. And this all starts in childhood. Let me break it down even further. It could just be something as simple as you're a little kid. You're watching your favorite movie, playing games, and then your parent comes in, starts yelling at you and saying, you lazy SOB, or you this, or what did I tell you, and all that. Just starts using a bunch of profanity or starts stating certain things to you that you don't understand, put you in a place where you shut down, you don't know what to say. Oh, and the best part, start wailing on you. Gee, no wonder why we're so guarded. No wonder why we keep to ourselves. No wonder why we have to constantly overanalyze and think for ourselves because we don't want that one moment to happen again. Or worse yet, we don't want to ever visualize ourselves when we become parents to ever do that to our own children. See how easy we are? But y'all say that we're so hard to read. The truth of the matter is, you know, you're just ashamed to admit it. So, what do y'all do? You act as if it never happened. You tell us to let it go. You say it's not a big deal. You say that we're overreacting. And that right there is what causes the vengeance. It's what causes the withdrawal. It what causes us to be distant from you. It's what causes us to always have to think, to always plan ahead. That's what causes it. So you're saying that if people are nice to you, no, 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 no. I'm gonna go back to my first example because you're not getting it. The first time you do it, we'll laugh and be like, oh, whatever. The second time you do it, we're gonna start questioning you. And the third time you do it, we're gonna be like, okay, well, maybe it was our fault or whatever. If you're lucky, we'll give you one more chance, which is fourth. If we give you a fourth chance, let me tell you something. If we give you a fourth chance, that's only because we do this towards family members, because we automatically trust them. You automatically trust family, good friends, or a significant other. If you violate that last chance, like 0 lives in a video game, it's over. It's over. We're completely shut. We completely would just be like, yeah, okay. And when we start saying stuff like, I understand, you're right, I get it, you lost us. Because the damage has already been done. That's us being on guard. That's us guarding our emotions, guarding because we've already been humiliated so much to a point that now we will not let certain people in. We love you. We'll pray for you. We'll care for you. But that's just how we are. We will keep that guard up. So we will not deal with that again. Going back to my other example, the second example, first example's done with the collabs and stuff. Someone messages me talking about they want to do a collab. I'm looking at this person, cockeyed, at my monitor screen. I look back, I send them the video, and I politely tell them, what is your idea? What is your time? You do realize that you messaged me a day before when I specifically said to please only message me during this time. Their response, they act like they don't listen. They act like they have some type of reading comprehension disorder and they just blitz through what I just said or they just get quiet. Do you know how irritating that is to a Virgo? When we simply lay it down for you, we will translate it for you in your language, and you still disrespect us like that? Like, really? We literally said, please only message us during these times. You still do what you want to do? Gee, I honestly understand the anger, the frustration. I get it. When I was young, I'd be like, oh, they're just being petty. They need to learn to be more open. Turns out they were open. Turns out that they did. They're trying to work with everybody else while they're busy. And yet they deal with people, family, and whatnot, disrespecting their boundaries. So, yeah, them always being on guard makes sense. Is it right? No. But does it make sense? Sadly, yes. So you're probably thinking to yourself, well, Wilkins, how many times did you allow this to happen? Let's see here. Let's go ahead and get some statistics, shall we? Usually 90% of the time when I collab with someone, the following happens. They're late. Um, Lack of communication. I'm the one who constantly has to go after everyone when it comes to getting this stuff done. Don't respect that I'm on a strict schedule. They assume that I have nothing else better to do with my time. And they just simply are always behind schedule. I can't tell you the many times I had to constantly keep messaging people. One time, that's it. Reminding them, hey, today's the day, man. I understand you're in a different time zone. What time so I can get on VR? Oh, 2, 3 hours. Okay, it's 2, 3 hours. Ends up being 4 hours later. This happens every single time. Or let's just say they're on time. You know what they tell me? I don't know what to do. I'm looking at them and I'm saying to myself, you come to me. You know I'm not a big time streamer. You come to me. I'm literally offering my services. And you're telling me that for the 6 days that you had after you messaged me, you couldn't take 20 minutes or less to come up with a idea. A idea. No avatars ready. No world ready. When I literally put this all out, laid it out for you in my videos of what to do, and you want to act like you don't see it. And they wonder why we don't let people in. Oh, oh, they don't know how to communicate. Yeah, we do. You just don't. You tell us we don't listen, but the truth is, y'all don't listen. We literally lay it out for you. We make it so easy. Oh, y'all so hard to communicate. Really? We leave trails. If we care about you, we will leave trails, especially for family. We will leave trails. We will give you examples. We'll throw hints at you. And if you're that silly to not figure it out, well, oh well. Other signs are too nice. They'll just tell you. We don't have time to tell you. We're just gonna let you figure it out because we know how smart you are. We know you're intelligent. We know that underneath your disability, underneath your trauma, underneath all of that, that you are extremely intelligent. We watch and observe you. We watch to see how you talk to certain people, especially if it's someone that you are fond of. And then we compare it to how you treat us. Yeah, we're not stupid. We know. That's why when y'all look at our eyes, you know. So what do y'all do? Y'all feel ashamed. And then you say, "Oh, it hurts when you say that stuff." It shouldn't hurt if you already know. We're not vengeful. We just know. So that's when when we see certain people, right? IRL or in VR, it don't matter if it's a big stream or whatnot. We got screwed over by that person. We give them a look. We shake our head and we walk away. And if we see that someone's associated with that person and they knew what they did, we also give them that look. The look is a warning. Fix this or you're losing me. We're not going to tell you. We're going to give you hints. I ain't got time for that. Then don't bother with us then. Today was possibly one of the worst days of this year. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I don't care who gets triggered by it. It don't matter. The worst day I have ever experienced. It was hot. I was dealing with breathing issues. I had a hard time sleeping. I constantly kept dealing with somebody trying to figure out if I'm okay. It was adding on to my stress. So I wake up at 6 o'clock. I'm frustrated myself because I didn't get 9 hours of sleep. I'm pushing myself. I feel all this heat on my back. I'm praying under my breath. And I'm just slowly walking. And I'm telling myself, shut up, shut up, shut up. She talks, shut up, just shut up, just shut up. And my frustration was growing every time. It was like poking a bear, poking a bear. You're not listening. You're not this. It was like, take the hits, take the hits, take the hits. Don't blow up. Take the hits. Just take it. Just deal with it. Take it. Take it. Take it like a man. Just take it. I get in the car. I don't look the best. I'm thinking to myself, we were going to get up and try to fix the old lawnmower first with the hammer and then go and get the new one so we can have a backup. We did the exact opposite. And you best believe my levels of infuriation were high because we didn't even try to fix the old one. So I'm out here now in this hot weather, just fuming mad on the inside. Fuming, tired, frustrated, having someone constantly sending me these little one note messages while I have my friends checking to make sure that I'm okay mentally while I'm going through therapy. I I just go along with it. No, don't get the cordless lawnmower. I've never even tried a cordless. I don't even know if it's even. I don't know if it works or not. No, let's get the overly expensive $400 lawnmower. Put me in more debt. So I said, whatever. I don't care. I'm in the building. It's cool. I'm a little calm. I go outside. I'm already automatically frustrated. I'm looking at the clock. It went from at 6, now it's 7. It went from 7 to 8. My heart started to beat a lot faster than usual. It was stress. I was like, I'm on a time clock. If we don't get this done, I can't. Like, I was just feeling stress. It was all to my shoulders, all to the back of my neck. I started to even feel it in my head, my cranium. And I was taking deep breaths and everything. I was doing everything in my power to make sure that she was calm, so she wouldn't see it. She's saying all this stuff that what I'm doing. You're doing this. You're making me, and I'm just keeping my mouth shut. I'm locking it. I'm locking it so tight because I'm already angry. I'm locking it. I'm locking my mouth shut. Just, just locking it because I know what I'm gonna say is gonna hurt. So I just keep my mouth shut. I'm not sure when, but I messaged my aunt and I said, please pray for us. Please talk to my mother because I'm incapable of doing so at this moment. So we get the lawnmower. The customer service was good. And I'm nervous because the heat was making me start to hallucinate. So I'm just keeping my mouth shut, saying small sentences, very small sentences. We're trying to get the lawnmower in the back. A nice elder, blessed her soul, came in, helped out. Part of me was getting frustrated because we had nothing to give him. So my anger started to increase a little bit more because when people, when they want to help, they want something. So thankfully, he wasn't like that. We go to a Burger King. I'm thinking to myself, Burger King? That's not going to fill me up. I need Waffle House. But I had to think to myself, she's going to have to wait for 20 minutes. She may have to use the restroom. It's not going to work. Just take the Burger King, be happy. So that's what I did. So I just went with it. I didn't know what I want. I was already just, I was just doing everything in my power to not open my mouth. I was having tears flow down my eyes because it was so hot, and I was angry. I was just like, God, just help me, please, just help me, just help me. Lord, just help me not to open my mouth, please. I don't want to open my mouth. I just want to, I just want to get this done. I just want to cut the grass, and I just want to go in my room. I just want to cry to you, and I just want to fall asleep, and I just want to wake up and just try again. That's all I want to do. That's all. That's all my brain was thinking. So I was a little frustrated and get the Waffle House because I knew that was what was going to fill me up by the end of the time. And I was instructed that I couldn't use DoorDash because of our situation. So I said, okay, whatever. So I got the Burger King. Part of me was like, ooh, this looks good. But there's a huge part of me that's like, I would rather want Waffle House. So I was okay. She's talking to me. I'm trying not to say anything. She's saying I'm doing this to her. She's saying, oh, now my stomach hurts. The anger started to even increase even higher. I said, okay, self, breathe, 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 breathe. I'm trying everything in my power not to talk to her. I'm trying everything in my power not to let her see that I'm frustrated. I've done everything. It was like I kept getting poked at and poked at. Oh, every time I talk to you, you're always frustrated. Don't even know what I'm going through. Don't even know the messages I received online. Don't even know. Just the guard was just coming back up. It was coming back up. The guard that she helped tear down last year, it's starting to come back up. It's just boom, boom, boom. And I told myself, no. I was trying to tear it down, and I couldn't because it was stuck this time. One of the guards was stuck, and I tried to pull it, and I couldn't. So then it was time to get in the house. I'm about to pass out. I'm hallucinating. I'm angry. And I'm begging her, can we please just put this together? She's rushing me. She claims I'm rushing her. We try to put the lawnmower together the best we know how. She's getting frustrated at me. I'm already at my limit. I wanted to just, I couldn't do anything. I felt hopeless. I felt like I was just constantly just being poked at and blamed and nitpicking. I couldn't. And I was being showing empathy because I know her situation. There was nothing I could do. It was too hot. It was too hot. I couldn't jog. I couldn't lift weights. I couldn't do anything. So I go through all of this. It's 9 o'clock now. The the humidity was starting to get high. My allergies were acting up. My food was getting cold. I haven't eaten anything. I haven't eaten breakfast or nothing. The dog was constantly being a nuisance. I'm telling the dog to please get out of my way. I know you're hot. Get out of my way, please. I got you. I was just thinking if I could just cut this grass, beat the heat, it will make this already awful day a little better. It didn't. So I'm looking online, trying to figure out why it won't start. And it turns out we missed a step because it was so hot we couldn't think straight. Just constantly poking at me, poking at me, poking at me, poking at me. It was like it went from poke to stabs. So I had to put my guard back up. The old guard I had back when I was young, I had to put it back up. A guard that I thought that I killed off, destroyed. I brought it back up for emergencies because it was starting to become too much, way too much for me. So here I am thinking to myself, okay, it's done. We couldn't see because it was so bright outside. And when we tried to piece it together, we couldn't. So when I tried to pull the cord, gas and everything, it was still stuck, which means we didn't do it properly. It was too late. It was 10 o'clock. The heat was getting to me. I had no choice. Tears running down my eyes in secret. Pushed the lawnmower in the garage. I felt like I failed. I felt like I run into the house. And she's over here still talking to me. And I just felt defeated. I had no words of the humiliation and defeat and anger I was feeling to the point where it just deflated. And for the first time in a while, I shut down because the emotions were so much. It was so bad I thought I was going to end up in a mental hospital. Like I literally just shut down. So I had to push myself. Took my clothes off because it was hot. I walked in. I didn't care. I closed the door. I locked my door. And I just went in my room and I laid down for a bit. Took a nap. Got up. Got something to eat. And then I got on VR. I got on VR. And I'm just minding my own business. I deal with technical issues. I didn't care about the technical issues of VR chat. And I was just, I just wanted to get away. So it was best to me. It was like, oh, I just wanted to check in on you. I didn't even bother. I didn't even respond. I did not respond to a request. I was by myself for 2 hours. My eyes were getting heavy. And then after I was exploring world from world from world from world, someone messaged me. Someone I haven't talked to in a while. They asked me, hey man, how you doing? I was already angry and felt defeated. And I don't usually feel defeated. I looked at them and I just told them the truth that I've just been going through a lot, but I'll be all right. How are you doing? He got quiet. And then he tells me, oh, I'm just, chilling and working and stuff. So that's fine. I was telling him that the weather was getting to me. I told him that, and all of that. So he introduced me to some old funny videos from the past. It was hard for me to laugh because it was so hot. And I couldn't stop thinking about the morning. Even after I took a nap, even after I prayed about it, I just couldn't stop thinking about it. The guard was already up. But for the first time, and I was proud of myself, when she talked to me, my mother talked to me, I put my guard down. The assumption that, oh, she's going to belittle me went away. I let her talk. I let her say what she needed to say. And I had this realization that this is on me. And she's in a position where she cannot help me with these emotions. So I had no one to talk to. And I'm feeling angry. And there was these thoughts talk about, oh, they're just going to look at you as petty anyway. So I had to shut that thought down. And I couldn't even enjoy myself because all I could think about was looking outside, seeing the weather, seeing the grass not cut, seeing that no one's going to come out even if we pay them to cut the grass. Now we have a lawnmower a lawnmower with a broken blade, a lawnmower that's not set up correctly. And the only thought that kept going to my mind was, it's all my fault. And I had to stop myself. So I took another nap. The anger got worse. I started to have nightmares. So then I just, decided to do something else. That was some issues with VR chat, and then my anger started to get even worse. So can you imagine holding in onto that anger for over 9 hours, where you're trying your best to like not let it get to you? Our frustration is not towards people, it's towards the situation. And if only people understood that, then they would stop thinking that we are just these sensitive people. Because we are very forgiving. But when we say, please give me my space, you proved your point, and you want to continue to poke us, the guard's coming back up. Now, I could be here all day talking about the many times this has happened to me, but it's not going to help. It will just, at this point, just be me venting. So today, without the use of Dr. Boyd or or Nurse Ann, today I just want to give y'all some tips on how to deal with this. So Virgos, I'm talking to you. I'm gonna teach y'all how to deal with this anger. Okay? It's see, this is what people see. People are too stupid to understand this, and I will call them out. People are too stupid to understand this. It's not the type of anger that you think. It's it smolders. It builds up. It's not like, oh, angry, because people think, oh, anger is get mad, smashing things, breaking things, cussing. It slowly builds up. But a Virgo's anger can always be extinguished immediately. A Virgo's anger and frustration can easily be extinguished. So to those of y'all that are non-Virgos, I'm going to teach you how to extinguish that frustration. Number one, you give us an example of what would have been better. Acknowledge that we tried. Show us what would have been more efficient. Empathize with us when we screw up. Do not belittle us. Belittling us, because we already do it ourselves, it's just going to make us put up so many guards, you won't be able to reach us. We will go to the extreme. We will delete messages. We will block numbers if we have to. We will delete emails because we're trying to take our mind off of you so we can focus on something else. Some Virgos will simply just not be on social media. They won't respond, they won't message, they'll turn their phones off. And this is where it's dangerous. And again, this doesn't happen overnight. This doesn't happen because, oh, it happened the first time. It's slow. Very slow. Now, the unnurtured Virgos, I agree. They go to the extreme and they do all that stuff immediately. Nurtured Virgos, we see it, we understand, we give people chances. More chances than we should. To the point where we become so hurt that we don't want to talk to you anymore. Doesn't matter who you are. You can be family, you can be friend, don't matter. Once we hit that point, we're just done. And if you try to bring it up, We just shut down, just like, yeah, I get it. When a Virgo hits that point where they can't even talk to you properly, you lost them. You can apologize. You could try to make it up to them with gifts or taking them out or let them know, say, hey, see, this was too late. That's going to be recorded in their memory forever. And they have to be the one to go through the steps to heal from it, do therapy and do, you know, maybe seeing the example to someone else. It could be a cartoon or an anime so they can have a better understanding. They're visual, which means they can replay certain things in their head over and over and over again because they want to try to pinpoint what happened, how it happened, and what can I do so it doesn't happen again. That's how dangerous Virgos can be. Now, if you're dealing with a depressed Virgo, be very mindful because they will do that more times than they should. They will literally go a day or two without eating properly. They will be in their rooms. They will literally write things down in their head and write things down physically. They'll draw it out. They'll make a song about it. They'll do whatever they can to make sure it doesn't happen again. They're quiet. The toxic ones are sneaky. They'll look at you and say, "Oh, everything is wonderful." They'll come at you and be like, "Oh, it's the most wonderful day," but in the back of their mind, they are still scorned. So I beg people, when they screw up, see it from their point of view. See why their brain's racing. See what is causing this, and offer suggestions. Be critical, but be mindful of how critical you are. Because all you're going to do is hurt them. From the words of my mother herself from last year, why do you think I would bring you to this earth to hurt you? I now have an answer for that. I'm going to repeat something that was told to me by many, many of my family and friends. Your mouth is very powerful. It can change and it can destroy. Because Virgos will hit you where it hurts. It don't matter who it is. You ever met a Virgo child and you ever notice how they're always respectful to their parents when they are upset and they will break down and say stuff like, well, at least I'm not a drunk. At least I'm trying to do something with my life. At least I don't laze around. I'm trying to show you what it's. They will go that far just to prove a point. That's the unnurtured, unloved Virgo. A loved Virgo will simply show them instead of say anything. Some will even state to their parents or whatnot, they'll have that aha, told you so. Here's a good example. When I changed, you know, how I brush my teeth, where I make sure I do it like 2, 3 times a day, or try to, and we changed toothpaste, we changed this, because my mother, she was doing all this stuff for years and there was no effect. But the moment I step in and do my research, zero cavities, zero cavities, zero cavities, zero cavities, zero cavities. That's a Virgo's aha, told you so. Why did you listen the first time? They'll go on and say stuff like, you see, you think that I'm stupid, you think I'm a re. They'll go on and you have to stop them. You have to stop them or they will keep going. You have to stop them right in their tracks. How do you stop them? Easy. Hit them with knowledge. Your plan is very successful. May I suggest another one? That's how you hit them. Acknowledge that their plan was success, but always teach them there's always another way to do things. Show it to them. And if you can't show them because you're frustrated or whatnot, send them a link. You'll make that Virgo's day. Send them a link. Send them a video. They may not watch it on that day, but they will watch it and they'll be like, oh. Virgos aren't Rees. Virgos are actually pretty intelligent. There are actually some high IQ Virgos. Well-seasoned Virgos. Virgos are motivational speakers, martial artists, astronauts, computer and game developers, musicians, artists, engineers, CEOs. But they hold their guard up for a reason. So, now that I've given the people the tools on how to deal with that, how do we deal with being guarded up? This one's hard. This one's going to be tough. And you're going to hear me, spout examples from real life so y'all can understand. So, here we go. Let's start off with a childlike example, something that's super easy to break down. So I'm gonna give y'all some scenarios, okay? And then you tell me, because I'm gonna break down. This is how Virgo becomes guarded up, okay? It starts when they're young. So here we go. Michi. You're at the store, right? And you know, and you see this toy that you want. Just imagine you as a Virgo, and then imagine, you're with your mom or your dad or someone who cares about you. You worked hard, you done your chores, you cleaned the house, you saved your money, right? You got an allowance. You really want this toy. So what is a mother and father's favorite word when they're angry and frustrated because of work or whatnot? Yeah. So you politely ask, you get told off in the store. No. When you do that to a Virgo, this is what goes on in their brain. Did I do something wrong? Maybe I didn't work hard enough. Maybe it was the way that I asked. Perhaps I forgot to do a chore. And their brain will keep going and going and going. Oh, and this is the worst thing that a parent can say to a Virgo child. And you can think about it all you want because I don't care. I'm not buying it for you. So this is what they're going to think. I'm going to remember that when you become older. If you ask me for something, I'm going to make sure I say the exact same thing to you, but I'm going to say it in a way that's very respectful and in a way it's going to make you think. You see that? Guard. Their guard's already up. And imagine this kid being like 5, 6 years old. That's how smart they are. They're already plotting. They're already planning. At age 6. And they already visualize how you're going to look when you're older, the scenario, and what they're going to do to you. Well, it's just a toy. It's not the toy. It was the fact that they were disrespected. And the parents in the store know that you are disrespecting your kid who did nothing to you. So already they're thinking. They're plotting. They're not mischievous. They're just being real. So the guard has already been put up. So watch what's going to happen. So here's a what if scenario. If that Virgo was not taught forgiveness and whatnot, they bring their little brother into the store. They're going to do the exact same thing, but they're going to do it in a way that is so mischievous that it will hurt your heart. Can I get this toy? Sure. Sure, but you got to pay me halfway. Oh, I don't have any money. Well, I guess you're just not going to get it then. See, you got to work just as hard as me. And if you don't work just as hard, you ain't going to get it. And if you want to cry, cry. I don't care. And then they'll tell a story about what happened when they were 6, who did it, their name, the date, the time, the hour. And then the parent is going to look, the one that's now more mature, do therapy, and they're going to look at their teenage son saying, why did you do that to your little brother? And that Virgo, they're going to not be smart with you. They're going to show you examples. They're going to make you feel bad. Yeah. And you think to yourself, but they seem so nice and sweet. Yeah. Even if they went through therapy stuff, they still remember, because if they have not been properly been healed from that one person that did that to them, that's how they are. The guard's already up. So when someone else does the one thing that their parent couldn't do, give them that same toy, now most of their trust goes towards that person. I'm gonna still work hard for my mother, but this one, I'm gonna make sure I work even harder because they always give me things and they don't tell me no. This is a childlike mentality. Think about child, not adult. Adults don't think this way. Child. It starts when they're young. Here's another example. We're gonna use the same scenario. So it's the same thing, but the parent, takes a deep breath and says, how about your birthday? And for your birthday, I'll give you 2 because you'll have more money. How about we get something else instead? You're not bargaining with the child, you're teaching them how to make smart choices. Because guess what? That's what my mother did with me. And if I stepped out of line, rightfully so, she got on me. Good. But guess what? I only thought about that toy for maybe less than 20 minutes, and then I moved on. Because now my brain is saying, hey, my birthday. Now here's the dangerous part. If that promise isn't fulfilled and there's no backup plan being told to that Virgo, the guard's coming back up. And then the worst thing is the same scenario, scenario B, but it turns out that parent lied. To you all, oh, it's just a toy, who cares? But to that Virgo, it's a trust. It's a trust test. It doesn't matter who you are. If you're going to do something for a Virgo, you have to be honest with them. Yes, no, here are the options. Give them options. They're not dumb. They will respect you if you give them options. You are acknowledging their intelligence. So that way they can share that same intelligence with their friend if they're ever in that situation. Because they want to help. You give them knowledge. You show them, you teach them. They're going to make this world a better place. Be firm with them, absolutely, especially if they get out of character, absolutely. But don't belittle them and critique them to the point where they don't say anything. Because here's 3 things that can happen. 1, they shut down on you, which means they can't express themselves. When they see toys, they'll say stuff like, you know what? I don't care for toys. You know what? I did my research. Toys are for kids. And you know what? I'd rather read books instead. So now part of their childhood is destroyed because you made them hate toys. That's the extreme level they'll go to. They benefit from it because they get all the intelligence, but part of them's gonna be like, man, I wish I was able to play with toys. There's another scenario where they're just thinking about, you know, again, see, they won't steal. All right, you tell them and show them the consequences of stealing, they will never do it. But they, you know, again, unnurtured, unloved ones, if given an opportunity, or if a friend did it for them, it's kind of like depending on how they were raised. And then there's a third scenario where, well, they'll use their imagination and come up with their own stuff. And if they're a genius and they know how to make their own little gadgets and stuff, they'll just do that. But here's the dangerous part: they won't share. They'll just look and be like, "Nah, I'm not sharing this with you." Parents have to be very careful. You don't have to walk on eggshells with Virgos. You just have to be forward, kind but firm. They respect that because you're treating them like a young adult, even though they are a kid. So what you're saying is, if you're upfront with a Virgo, kind yet firm, and you give them and you let them know ahead of time that A doesn't work, here's plan B and C, that's the less chances of the trust between them being destroyed. Bingo. Oh, never ever say to a Virgo, we will see. They know right there and then when you say we will see, their brain automatically says no, it ain't happening. And if that's the case, they'll never trust you again. So you come up to them and say, "Oh, we're going to do this and this." They'll laugh in secret and say, "Sure, sure," but they know deep down you're lying. It only happens one time. The first time they'll forgive, the second time they'll laugh, the third time they're not going to trust you again. Want to know how I know? My brother did that to me. "Oh, don't worry, bro. I'm going to do this. I'm going to follow you. I'm going to." "Sure, bro. I got you." In my heart, yeah, whatever. Because it happened at a young age. Well, what's the difference between a Virgo and everyone else? See, other signs, their levels of forgiveness are different. Virgos, they forgive automatically, but they just don't forget. Other signs are like, oh, they're either unforgiving or they're forgiving. They're like, yeah, whatever, it happened, ain't no big deal. And they'll just repeat the same mistake again or do it again. Virgos are like, okay, whatever. They're planners. They're not as strategic as Taurus, but they always look for the details. See, Taurus, they're strategic. They stick to a plan. Virgos, they do the same thing, but they want details. Give them the details, they're happy. You want to stop a Virgo's brain from racing? Give them details. Give them examples. They love examples. Show them many ways how to solve a problem. They'll love you forever. They'll pass their classes. They will be the top students because you are acknowledging their way, showing why it's incorrect, but also acknowledging why their ways are somewhat correct. It's not getting their way, it's educating them. They love to be educated. They see every moment as a moment to be educated. And if you can't provide that for them, you lost their trust. Because if they see you as uneducated, they see you as useless. That's an unloved Virgo mentality. A Virgo that's been loved and been taught to be open minded sees the ignorance as an opportunity for growth. That's where the whole process of the one to fix things because they see the negative that happens. And when it happens, that's when the laughter comes in. That's when they start laughing. And it seems like they're being sadistic. They're not. They look at it as, I told you so. It's natural for them because they will show you signs. They'll say, hey, if you do this, you'll be all right. So if let's just say they heard about someone that dealt with sexual misconduct or they stole something. and they give this person all these tips. But if you teach a Virgo correctly on how to provide tips, give it little by little, they get less hurt. So that's what I've been doing. I've been learning. But when you do that right, and when they see that that person isn't doing it, and then they cry to them, what a Virgo's um, favorite phrase towards people like that, and it's dangerous when they say stuff like this. I don't know what to tell you anymore. If a Virgo ever says that to you, you're done. You're, as they say, you're cooked, because they look at it like, I told you many times what to do. You chose to do what you want to do. You chose to disrespect me. You chose to say that I was the problem. So now that I'm out of your life, now you know you're the problem, not me. Virgos love to do this. Don't matter if they're unloved or loved, because it's not about them wanting to be right. Virgos don't always like being right. They want to teach. And if they can't teach, what's the point? If they deal with someone that always tells them what to do, they get bored because they feel like their ideas mean nothing. So if you ever see a Virgo around a parent and they barely share anything with their mom and dad, that's because they were taught to not do that. They were in situations where they were taught to shut up and listen, and that's it, which means the relationship is still stable. They still love, but now that Virgo is too, they will only share just a little. Oh yeah, I'm this, I'm part of this. So yeah, I do this. So when the parent, when they get older, saying, "Can I join your stream?" This is what a Virgo will say. "Oh, I don't think you'd be interested." Or, "Oh, well, it's not really your thing." That's because you lost that person when they were young, when you told them no the first time, when you said something to them that made them think that maybe this is a stupid idea. So now that Virgo will forever be closeted to you. If they are dealing with a situation, they will rather go through it 100 times and perform a bunch of scenarios with different people, learn their lesson, then come to you, versus come to you immediately because they don't want to feel that humiliation that you gave them when they were a teenager or a kid. So to you, you're thinking, I didn't humiliate them. I told them the truth. But if you really look back at what you said, you did humiliate them. So what are we learning, folks? A Virgo's guard, their perfectionism starts when they're young. Let's do another scenario, okay? You're dealing with a Virgo and they're hard headed. These are the worst things that you could say to a Virgo. You hard headed this. I told you many times, blah 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 blah. You're being lazy. You're this, you're that. You should have done this. I told you this an hour ago. I told you I need to get to the doctor an hour ago. You're still laying in bed. When you do stuff like that to a Virgo, they will beat themselves up 10 times worse. You call them the N word, they'll call themselves. They'll call themselves. Doesn't matter how safe they are. Much worse. You know what they say themselves? You're right. I am stupid. I am this. Now, if it's towards someone they don't know, oh, they're gonna let you have it. They're not gonna let you disrespect it. But if it comes from their mother, their father, someone that they trust out of nature, they will believe what they say. It will destroy their character, it will destroy their creativity, and they will become emotionless towards you until you make it right. So the first time they hear the word lazy and you call them lazy, game over. They will prove how what lazy is. And when they see that you're being lazy, they they will utter under their breath, lazy. And then the first time, they don't care to get smacked by you. They'll do it just to prove a point. Look how clean my room is. Look how messy your room is. So you're saying don't ever say the word lazy? No, no, no. You don't get it. They let things slide too many times until they get really angry. But it's inner anger. It's not anger outward like other signs, other people. It's inner. Inner. They remember it. To you, it's over. To them, it's over. But if you do it again, they will destroy you. If you're not family, and if you weren't like a toxic family member or friend, they'll forgive you, but they'll never forget. But if you're someone that they barely know, they'll cut you off immediately and not care who you are. Oh, remember when we do this? They were like, yeah, yeah, uh-huh. When a Virgo starts saying stuff like that, you're screwed. Well, how can I fix it? You can't. The only way that you can do it is if you show them. Show them. Go back to the messages and see what they was trying to show you. Break it down for them. Show them that you're improving. Show them that you're doing better. Then hit with the apology. And if you're lucky, and if you didn't do anything too harsh to them, give them some time to think about it. They will assure you do messages and stuff. Oh, everything's cool. Everything's fine. But if they make up their mind, they cut the cord, accept the loss. That means you hit them too deep. Virgos will go through therapy. They'll go through sermons. They will research to the end of time for during that whole week until they come back and say, okay, I get it now. They want the details. If you don't give them details, that's just how they are. And this is just like with anybody. But with Virgos, it's 10 times worse. It's like when it comes to math. If you don't show a Virgo how to do math, and you don't show multiple examples, their brain is not going to comprehend it. Now, let's just say it's not math. I know there's some Virgos who are excel at math, but not language arts. I'm just using myself as an example. If you don't show me multiple examples, I'm going to be lost. That's why when you hear a Virgo talk about, I read 2 different books on business management, or 3 different books on this particular subject, and it taught like 2 different things. Their brain's putting everything together, and if you let them do it, and if they pace themselves, they're going to be one of the top students because that's how they learn. That's how they excel above everyone else. If you just give them a book and tell them to read it, they're going to want to know more. They love knowledge. It makes their day. When their brain races, they allow themselves to learn. It's not something to stop. It allows them to learn. As long as it's managed and they learn to take breaks and take care of themselves, then you're good. Does that make sense? Okay. So I'm going to stop with the examples because we'll be here all day. Let's go back to my terrible day today. And I'm going to break down what would have happened if I was a kid, teenager, and now. Okay, so as a kid, if this happened to me, um, you know, in this scenario, I would have felt beaten down, defeated, and I would have just been in my room. I would have just listened to my gospel and whatnot, played some games, clean, clean, clean. Probably would have scratched my fingers up. You know how when you like you dig your nails deep into your skin, you don't even realize it. And then afterwards, I won't be able to let it go. And then I'll just try to think of ways to try to solve it. So the moment she would have left, I would have tried to fix it myself. And then once I do it, I would try to prove, say, see, I was able to do it. So teenager, same thing, but I would pretty much have like whatever, it ain't my fault. I did the best I could. I don't know what her problem is. Adult version would have just, well, here I am. So let's break down how I should have handled the situation. Okay. All right. Number 1, I should have communicated further. I should have been honest. I don't think it's a good idea for us to get this new lawnmower. Can we please try to fix the old one first with a hammer? If we can do that, I assure you we'll make progress. If that doesn't work, let's schedule a day and time today, but it has to be early in the morning because of the heat alert, and we can get the new lawnmower. Or better yet, let's order one online. That way we don't have to go out there and risk ourselves getting sick. That's what I should have done. I didn't do it. So that was my ignorance, my fault. Learning lesson. If that plan backfires and she says, no, no, we got to do this. This is stressing me out, yada, yada. I'll throw my hands up and say, I see where you're coming from. Let's try it your way. Because the thought that runs through my mind is, why didn't I just cut the grass last week? If I, if I just cut that grass last week, this wouldn't have happened. See what I mean? That's just how we are. But that's pretty much the best way that would have been taken care of was communication. There was no communication. So therefore, we were doing things and we both ended up being frustrated and stressed. Mostly just me. I was mostly the one being frustrated and angry. And nothing got accomplished. It's hot, it's humid, and the grass is still uncut, and the lawnmower is barely put together properly. To a Libra, an Aries, or whatnot, they will be frustrated about it and move on. Like they all have their different ways how they deal with it. Nurture ones pretty much have already defeated their toxic trait and they pretty much just move on. Virgos look at it as a game over screen. Doesn't matter how nurtured they are, they look at it as a game or they look at it as a failure. So my advice for Virgos is to stop looking at life like it's an objective. You're not a soldier, you're not in the army. If you are in the army and you are a veteran, first off, salutes to you, my fellow Virgos, and to everyone. But if you fail, it's okay. I would definitely consider this day a failure, but guess what? It's a failure to learn, not a failure to beat yourself over. Not every day is gonna have it's gonna show with a victory screen, and and this is why I love my mother so much. Like she always used the example of like video games and like cartoons and anime and graphic novels and just anything in general. She always would tell me, "Hey, a C ain't so bad." So that's the best thing that she will always tell me. Our guards come from our childhood, but I feel like we have to allow ourselves to get hit, but we have to set boundaries so people will know how this makes us feel. We can't just let it fester in us. We have to figure out ways. So you can write a letter. You can say, hey, when you did this, I feel this, this. I just want you to know that. Let them think. We have to plan ahead. Simple plan. If plan A doesn't work, simple plan. Not detailed plan, simple. If plan A doesn't work, talk about online purchase. Talk about precautions of heat alert. Talk about how I've been feeling lately. Weigh other options. If they still want to be stuck in their ways and go that route, then you have to put in this phrase, Virgos. Let us learn a lesson we'll never forget. Not let them learn the lesson, let us learn the lesson. Because it's not about, oh, they were wrong, I was right. It's let us learn something. Let us try something. If it fails, it fails. Virgos, this is hard for you because you've been hurt a lot. Hey, Jeremy, how you doing? And I hope you're having a fantastic, wonderful Wednesday and you're staying cool. It's not about trying to fix it and change it. It's just about learning. An error occurred, okay. You want to know what computers do when an error occurs? If it's a, a detailed program, it can either fix itself or requires help from the programmer so that way the error doesn't occur again. Your guards are error messages. They are error messages, and you need someone to help you with that. So I'm going to go back to my young self, and I'm going to talk to my young self for a bit. Youngin, young Wilkins, look at me. Look at me when I say this. Every error message in your life is a lesson. You have dealt with some really stupid people. I'm not talking about your family, but you need to forgive them. You need to forgive those that were stupid and ignorant towards you. You need to understand that they are learning, and you have your stupid and ignorant moments yourself. You need to not hold people to such a high regards, and that way your guard will easily be broken. While while your day may have not been the best, I assure you that tomorrow will be better. Doesn't matter what the weather is. Doesn't matter, how you're feeling. You shouldn't let your day be ruined because of a misstep or a mishap that happened. You have this guard. So let's look over your guards. Someone promised you. Trust no man. That's in the Bible. Trust no man. Trust him. So there you go. That guard's done. You can't trust people. You trust them halfway. Know that they're not going to always come through. They may say A. If it's violate the first time, don't be like, oh, I'm not trusting them again. Give them time to grow. That's just an area they need to grow up in. It's not cut them off. It's let me give them a break. Let me give them time to grow up. Let them learn through someone else. That's all that means. So, okay, I've been betrayed. Everyone's been betrayed in this world. They've been betrayed, so they betrayed you. So all the people that blocked you, banned you, kicked you, all the people that called you N-word stuff, understand that at some point in their life, they were betrayed and they were hurt. They're not just coming after you. They are reflecting what has happened. But you stand up for yourself and let them know that their behavior is unacceptable without being upset. My fellow Virgos, you're very smart. You know how to use your words. So I don't have to tell you. So there you go. Betrayal wall taken down. Broken promise. Stop relying on promises. Promises can be shattered. Promises should be handled with a grain of salt. If someone promised you something, have a plan B and C. Write it down, my fellow Virgos. So when they offer a promise and they don't follow through, you already beat them to it. You don't have to overthink this. Pencil and paper. Here's their promise. Here's plan B. Here's plan C. Write it down. So when they say, oh, I'm sorry, we're not doing this tonight, you already got B and C already taken care of. You didn't overthink it. You wrote it down. You took 5 minutes. You're done. That's it. And then you forgive that person. You give them their space. You still talk to them. But when the next time they offer a promise, and this is with anybody, have your plan B and C. That way, if they don't fulfill your promise, you're all caught up. You're all set. You're ready to go. You understand me? Your guards are based off of your past. You have to understand, as Bishop TJ says, you're living in an imperfect world. It's never going to be perfect. You're going to deal with people that are going to hurt you and they're going to heal you. You're going to deal with people that are going to heal you first and hurt you first, then hurt you last, or hurt you last and try to heal you. My favorite quote is people take time. Your guards are signs of unforgiveness, my fellow Virgos. You got to tear them down. You got to tear them down. There's signs of hurt, there's signs of pain, there's signs of sorrow, there's signs of trauma. You have to tear them down. I want you to tell people that you trust how you feel. They laugh at you, now you know. Laugh back. Let them know that, hey, you find that funny, that's fine, but my feelings are valid. Speak firmly after that. Don't ever feel like you can't talk to them again. Just know that they are in a sign of their life where it's very immature, and they will learn when it happens to them. You got to allow yourself to be humiliated. You got to allow yourself to deal with troubles and tribulations. That's how you grow. That's how you will stop being on guard. It's never going to go according to plan. You're going to deal with mishaps. You're going to deal with people cussing you out. You're going to deal with your own family letting you down. You have to let them be human. You also have to let them know how that made you feel respectfully. And afterwards, you have to move on with your plan. Move on with your tasks. Move on with what you need to do. Set them free. The only time you should ever feel guarded is towards dangerous people that you don't know. If it's someone that you know that is dangerous, a criminal, a pedophile, a rapist, those, yeah, keep your guard up against them because they're dangerous. But towards family, towards friends, towards loved ones, you need to stop. I promise you, the next time you do this, the next person's name that you see that hurted you, it won't hurt as much anymore. The next time you see someone that joins you at a party or joins you in an instance in VR or just you happen to see them at work, you won't think about it anymore. It's not about seeing it from their point of view. It's about maintaining your peace. And if you want your peace, let them be human with error messages. Their error messages, just like yours, are just cries for help. And when they're ready to stop seeing those error messages, just like with a computer, they will allow someone to come into their life, to the right people to fix that error message, to adjust it where it doesn't appear as often. Do this, my fellow Virgos, and you will be free. Your guards are only because you want perfection. No, you ain't getting it. You never will get it. Your guards are up because you've been betrayed. Learn from it. Learn from the betrayal. Don't be scorned because of it. Your guard is up because you have this fantasy. Stop fantasizing as much. Tell yourself the fantasy can be altered at any time. The moment something happens, give yourself time to breathe, to think about it, not too long, and you need to speak up and tell how it made you feel. For example, mother, when you came at me like that and kept poking me, I understand you're sick. I felt very frustrated, very irritated, and I just needed you to stop because I'm doing the best that I can to take care of you. I just want you to know that. That's how you do it. But if you hold it in, that's where the unforgiveness comes in. That's where, when you see them, you can't talk to them as much. You don't want to live your life like that. You need to live your life free and letting people be stupid and ignorant, because you have your moments of stupid and ignorance as well. If they call you lazy, you know who you are. Let them. If if you know that's not you, set that boundary. Tell them that that is not acceptable, and they cannot call you that. If it's your parent, you know what to say respectfully. If it's a friend, you don't let them even get away with it the first time. It's not you being offensive. It's you setting a boundary. You setting a boundary does not make you someone that's offended. You're being smart. You're showing how much you love and respect yourself. Because we're all teaching each other slowly but surely. So, Virgos, put the guards down. Only hold them up towards people that you don't know and that you don't trust. I'm talking about those that are a danger. Those that are dangerous and everyone agrees they're a danger, guards up. Everyone else, if you don't know them, at least just keep them. Like, you got to ask yourself, what type of guards are acceptable, what type of guards are not. Allow yourself to be critiqued, but not, made fun of to an extent where it's disrespectful. Allow yourself to laugh, even if people mock you for it. Allow yourself to deal with moments where people say something to you that you wouldn't expect. Over time, you'll know the difference between respect and disrespect, and you'll be just fine. And your tone is your power. It scares it scares the wrong people, because those that are right in your life will know that your tone is an indication of your emotion. It is an indication that you've had enough or you're trying to make a statement. The wrong people will look at it as offense. The right people will see that you're trying to make a statement. Because Virgos by nature are soft spoken. They have to learn how to speak up, speak out. And don't ever let anyone tell you that learning about zodiac signs is a waste of time. It's not. Virgos, learn as much as you can. But the one thing you have to learn the most when it comes to being on guard is you have to learn different ways to forgive and different ways to forgive yourself. Even though I had those emotions, I know how to forgive myself. Self, you feel this way now, but you won't feel this way forever. Hey, it happened. Oh well. Listen, it could have been worse. You've been spared from going to the hospital. Count it as joy. Let them be mad. You're safe. That's more important. That's showing forgiveness of yourself. If you are a Virgo and you are someone that has just been hurting, you have all these guards and you don't know how to get rid of them. Take it for someone who, I'm not going to lie, I have guards that I still have. And every day I work on getting rid of them. It's a slow process, but I work on it. I work on it. I work on it. Because the more guards you hold up, the more you're going to have this mentality that people are after you when they're not. If you deal with someone that doesn't like you, you give them that look and show how much confidence you have in yourself, because giving the look of who cares, I'm still here, I ain't do nothing to you, and walk on. You're beautiful, Virgos. You're very intelligent, Virgos. Don't overthink it, Virgos. It's something you got to work on every day. My biggest guards that I have is when people break, my trust more than 3 times. All the other guards, I destroyed those when I was a kid and teenager with help. That's the only guard that I have. The beating myself up and stuff, that's gone. That's been gone for a while. If it comes back, I know how to counteract it. I feel like that's one of the only guards that I have that I still have to work on, because trust and loyalty is something that is sacred to us. We have to learn that when they start putting the blame on us, we have to speak up and let them know that's not right. You can't keep putting the blame on me when I'm trying to help. If you don't want my help, then what can we do? You have to remind people that their actions towards you that are negative are not acceptable. Doesn't matter if it's your mother, your father, your brother, your friend. You have to let them know, I need you to stop taking me there. I'm doing the best I can. I understand what you're saying. I apologize, but I need you to not take me there. When you say that, they'll stop. It's your voice, too. It has to be a little firm. You're not being disrespectful. It's a reminder. I'm a man, I'm a woman, whatever you choose to be. And I also want respect, too. How do you feel, my fellow Virgos? Do you feel like that guard has just been released? I feel good. I'm not going to lie. I honestly had like a plan of just like, going from example to example to example, but no. I feel calm now. I don't feel angry anymore. I feel good. I'm not worried about tomorrow. Not worried about what happens. I'm not worried about, um, if my mother decides to go to the doctor's appointment herself because she's still upset, I'm looking at like, oh, well, I'm not going to worry about it. If she doesn't want me to go, that's fine. You got to have that, oh, well attitude. You're doing it for yourself. You're very respectful towards people by nature, especially if you're taught and raised right. But you got to let people see your worth. Sometimes when people get angry at you, they forget your worth. So you have to walk away. You have to let them be to themselves. And you do you. You still check on those that love and care about you, even if they did something to you. Even if it hurts, even if you're tearing up. Because your brain is already racing and thinking about all these scenarios. The scenarios, most of them aren't even true. And what if they are? Well, if they are, you still have to just know when it happens, it happens. That's how the guards come down. My fellow Virgos, if you had a bad day today just like me, I'm sorry. Every bad day has a lesson. Every bad day is also meant to have its good moments. And understand this, it was not fair how you were treated. It was not fair how people kept poking at your emotions. It was not fair that whether it be your ex or your girlfriend, your boyfriend, or whoever made you feel the way that they made you feel. But I challenge you to make the rest of your awful, terrible day the best. I challenge you to do so. I challenge you to just get up and just be thankful unto the heavens that you're still alive. I challenge you to do something different. I challenge you to find something fun to do. I challenge you to reward yourself. I challenge you to pat yourself on the back and say, at least I got something done. It wasn't fully complete, but we got something done. This is going to be hard for me because my day was awful. We now know what to do with the other lawnmowers. We learned something about the lawnmowers. We got a refresher. We survived this intense heat. That's how you have to talk. That's how you motivate yourself. That's how you work together. I feel like more Virgos should open up communities for Virgos specifically, where the rest of everyone else that's not a Virgo, they just have a back seat and just listen. So that way we can help one another out. I feel like that Virgos, if we all stick together, we can all help one another. It's not about needing a leader that can pinpoint errors. It's about acknowledging our errors and laughing at them and moving on. Now do you understand why this is one of the hardest toxic traits? Because when we're so guarded, that's where we stop asking for help. That's when we have zero patience. That's when we start pushing ourselves so hard because of what happened, that causes us to be so guarded. That's what causes us, you know, to just overly help people because that's our way of venting. That is when we become hard headed. That is when we become unforgiving, hold grudges. And that is when we become these perfectionists. We need to work and aim on being semi perfectionists, not perfectionists. Semi perfectionism is fine. Perfectionism is a disease. I challenge you right now, Virgos, to just find some items in your room and just kind of tilt it a little bit. Just tilt it. Just tilt it a little bit. It's going to drive you nuts. Just tilt it a little bit. Tilt the mouse. Tilt this. Don't go too crazy though. Just tilt it a little bit. Just tilt it. Just tilt it. Now everything has to be straight. It could be tilted a little bit. Tilt it a little bit. Take your shirt off. You may not have that 4-pack that you want, but take your shirt off and just acknowledge yourself and say, wow, this is beauty right here. Semi perfection. Look at yourself and say, I am semi perfection. We are semi perfection. We are not perfection. We are semi perfection. We are at least 70 to 80% perfect. How are y'all feeling, my Virgos? And to everyone else that's listening, you learned something. How are y'all feeling today? Now, Virgos, you already know the other folks. They looking at us like, oh, I already know. Well, let them keep saying that. I'm talking to the ones who don't know. That's who I'm reaching out towards. I'm reaching out towards that small group. I'm reaching out to y'all. I ain't worried about these. Oh, I already know. I'm reaching out to y'all. That's what I'm reaching out to. With all that being said, talk about it. Write it down. Forgive immediately. Talk to yourself. It happened, lesson. It's not always my fault. And if it is, oh well. I'm going to allow myself to be humiliated. I'm going to allow myself to be critiqued. I'm going to set boundaries for when people try to talk down to me. I'm going to laugh. The guards are coming down. The armor is coming down. I'm going to hold on to the armor of God, of course. We ain't stupid. But all that toxic armor, the armor that's seething with venom, I'm gonna tear that down. Don't be completely naked though. Have on armor of truth, righteousness, forgiveness. But the other armor, you got to destroy it. Give it to your local blacksmith and tell him I don't want this anymore. I want to trade this in for something else, something better, something more efficient. Now take a deep breath, my fellow Virgos. And say, I fucked up. And that's okay. Because there's always a new day. People may be mad at me, but I'm not going to be mad at myself. Because I am semi-perfect. And I'm taking the guards down. The guards are coming down. Guards from the past are coming down. Guards from the present are coming down. Virgos, I want you to contact the one person that hurt you. And I want you to see how they're doing. Show them love, even if they show you hate. And just tell them, hey, I just want to let you know that when you did this to me, this is how I felt. And this is how it's continuing to make me feel. I just want you to know that. Don't say anything about forgiving them. Just let them see that. And they start going off on you and all that. that shows you they need time to grow. But if they apologize, that means that they have matured and they have dealt with a situation where they had the chance to see what you see. Do not expect forgiveness from everyone. Don't bother. It ain't happening. People will hurt you because human nature. We hurt one another. We heal one another, we hurt one another. We love one another, we hate one another. But through time we allow ourselves to heal. Through time we allow ourselves to feel. We allow ourselves to feel the emotions. We express it and we move on. We are not meant to live in the past, Virgos. We can't evolve by being in the past and then using examples from the past to try to prove a point. They're not going to listen to us. We already know. We got to let the world hurt themselves. We got to let the world, hit their head. We got to let the world. The world is our oyster. The world is our means of gathering information. The world is literally our entertainment. If you just let people be them, but you set those boundaries so they don't make you feel terrible, the guards will come down. This is how many guards that I used to have when I was a kid because of all what I went through. Not a lot, right? All right, here are the guards that I had when I was a teenager. That's a lot of them, isn't it? That's a lot of guards. But why did it increase when I was a teenager? Because I needed help. But I was always told, oh, you're independent. You got it. You're so smart. Now I'm going to show you how many guards I have as an adult. Wow. It's not that heavy. It's very minimal. But trust me when I say it was heavy, but it was not a lot. A lot of youngins go through things in situations when they're teenagers. But when they're a kid, it festers. When they're a teenager, depending on how they are, you really can see it. When they're an adult, if you reach out to when they're a teenager, the load becomes less heavy. Sometimes it's in reverse. Sometimes they don't go nothing when they're a kid. They go through a lot when they're a teenager, and then they go through so much when they're an adult. It doesn't matter the order of Virgos. All that matters is helping them so the guards come down. And if you're thinking this is a Virgo issue, it is mostly. But other signs deal with this too. They ain't gonna listen to us. But we got the tools. So now all that suppressed anger should be gone. Let them be mad at you. Let them say, oh, you should have listened. I was trying to tell you. If it becomes too much, stop them in their tracks. If you understand what they're saying, don't let them have the last word, especially if they're in the wrong. If they're in the right, be quiet. If they're in the wrong, you know they're in the wrong. Wait and then tell them. It's not about shutting them down. It's about letting them know that you deserve respect, just like you give them respect. This is not going to happen overnight. You got to train. You got to start now. Write down a list of things that you still hold on to. Formulate a plan. Put yourself on a timer, 10 minutes. If you don't get that done, tell yourself, I'll get back to it tomorrow. I know Virgos don't like that. Tell yourself, I'll get to it tomorrow. Same time. Allow yourself to space things out. So the next time you're called all that, or someone jokingly says it, the offense, the guard, will not come back. It will be replaced with something else, especially if it's towards someone you don't know. This is going to take a while, my fellow Virgos, but you can do it. I know you can. You gotta let people show you who they are. And once they show you, well, ain't nothing really much you can do. This is gonna be hard. So I expect you all to speak up. I expect you all to write things down more. And I expect you all to ask yourself, why do I feel so guarded? You're going to have a lot less panic attacks, a lot less stress right now. I feel good. I feel great. I feel a lot better. We shouldn't have held it in for 9 hours. You're right. It's something I have to work on. And you're going to be working on yourself for the rest of your life. But it gets better each day. Next time, we're going to break down why we don't ask for help, why we go quiet and disappear. Well, it's just the same thing with no, 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 no. It's actually different. It's actually a lot more different than you can imagine. You hear me? Virgo toxic trait number 4. We're going to call this we got it. We understand, but we don't. That is our defensive terms when our guard has either been penetrated the wrong way or our trust has been violated. I'll give y'all a sneak peek. When a Virgo asks you for help the first time, if you if they ask you a question and you respond to Google it, if you respond with, oh, you could do it yourself, when you respond with, it's so easy, you just mocked the Virgo. Be honest. If it's easy, show them why it's easy. If it's hard, show them why it's hard. But if you just simply tell them, you can do it, it's easy, you lost them. They won't want to ever ask you for help again. They will try to figure it out themselves. I shall see you all when I see you. And you're naturally born hated